Like going forward now, like 20 years forward now, I promise you, there's gonna be outside of like the well-known names, the LeBrons, the KDs, the Stephs. People are gonna know that. People aren't gonna know the smaller guys. They like the what do you call it? Like, role players.
Yeah, role players.
We're not gonna know like your average unless like us that grew up in that time period and watched it and loved those players. Like niggas like Najee Marshall. No one's gonna know who Najee Marshall is 20 years from now. I will, because I'm a Mavs fan. I loved him. He's a good ass role player. But their household name is not going to be it. So yeah, it seems like
but it's not about knowing them. You could just go look at the videos.
I agree.
You just said you've never seen Jordan play.
No,
I
haven't
seen that many.
I haven't seen.
Games.
I've watched Jordan
games.
play.
You've seen the big games.
No, I've watched enough. I watched history, but I haven't seen a game 1 through 82 of Jordan play. Like I haven't sat down how I watched the Mavs games 1 to 82.
Yeah, when I watch how y'all watch NBA seasons now.
Yeah,
and
I haven't watched the full Jordan season. I watched
enough
Jordan's
WGN.
game.
I don't even think exists anymore because Michael Jordan don't even play. Have they ever had a LeBron channel? I don't remember, but I know that they had WGN, and WGN was here in Dallas.
All that literally feeds
so
into the points that we try to tell people. Like they were literally marketing Jordan to be the greatest player. Like that's why so many of y'all believe he's the greatest player.
But there was stuff to back it up, though. He has.
But when you're a prime time player, you're gonna get the market.
A lot of stuff is also inflated, though. Like for sure. Like
I could say. Tone, you're the best podcaster of all time.
This is a fact.
And then all of a sudden, now I make sure that you go on the Joe Rogan podcast. I make sure you go on No Jumpers. I make sure you go on. So so you can go and make these points about LeBron James, and then they can cook you on their podcast as well. But you're still the greatest podcaster of all time because you go on these other podcast platforms and you speak your opinion, and then they know that Tough Buckets is the greatest or the number one podcast on Spotify. And
these
all
are all
stuff.
Facts. I'm not here
so,
to but
you're feeding into my point when you're talking about Jordan with WGN. Like he was the greatest of all time. So that's why you create channels and platforms.
I'll give you another sport example.
I don't think you guys understand what I was trying to say, and this is my fault. So what I was saying is they literally
because you just taking it all.
There's a lot of stuff.
No, I'm trying to tell you.
Go ahead.
These are facts. Like during his defensive player of the year, like
campaign,
home games versus away games, his stats were extremely inflated. Like that's like on record. Like he got 2 more steals at home than he did on away games. Mm-hmm. They were literally inflating this motherfucker to be the player that everyone fucking loves and shit like that. Like these are not like.
You don't think they do that for LeBron?
Huh?
Wait, so you're saying the league?
You don't think they do that?
No, I don't. You don't. No stats to prove that though. Where are the stats to prove that though?
You don't think that? So if you dissect the home versus away of LeBron, you don't think that the home they're giving him an extra, like if he's getting a steal or if somebody tips the ball and LeBron picks it up, or if LeBron tips it to his team, he tips it to Kyrie, they're gonna give LeBron that. You don't think they're doing that?
Not to the degree of what they were doing in there.
That's what I'm saying. It's not about looking at. I'm asking you the question because
I know because if it was, it would have been already put up because people like us love to bring this shit up. So if it was already been a thing, people would have been looking at the stats to figure this shit out.
So you don't think LeBron is stat chasing?
That's not what I'm saying. I didn't say
you're saying the league.
The league literally boosted his stats to make him better. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Made sure he got his essentially.
Yes, to get that defensive player of the year, like in specifics. I'm talking about the specific player, defensive player of the year. That year, and after he won that year, it went to normal. His home games versus his away games.
Question.
Go ahead.
Why? I was wondering. So you can explain to me how does that the home game versus away game split? How does that support that theory? Because he's at home, he gets a home whistle?
No, I'm saying in terms of making Jordan the GOAT.
In
terms of inflating
I know, but I'm saying
profile.
the two
So
shots,
if you get more steals, if you average more steals as a guard, and they were already trying to make him be a two-way guard, and you're averaging more steals than everybody, it's easy to give you the defensive player of the year. Yeah. That's why, and especially if half your games, you are averaging 2 more steals than you do in the away games.
So are you saying that's because he essentially had a home whistle? They weren't calling they weren't like what
if you slap the ball out of his hand, they're calling fouls instead.
They're not calling fouls, letting him get the steal.
That part, I have no clue.
That's what I'm saying. So how does that stat?
No, I'm not saying I don't know
how that stat got there.
I don't know how the stat got there. I'm not sure if they're not blowing the whistle or if somebody else is getting it and then they're giving it to him. I'm just saying in those instances he's getting more steals than he's deserving of.
Say all that's true, which is fine. Say it's all that's true. Like during that time, like the NBA is trying to build their brand. Jordan's a cash cow. That's what they're going to do in business.
1,000%.
So like if it's good for business, if it's good for business to inflate his numbers or whatever, then they're going to do whatever it is that's good for business.
Yeah, but that.
It's the same, but they say, so they do the same thing with LeBron, and then all of a sudden it's like you got these blinders.
Prove that.
The thing is, the stat I still don't understand how the steals from home to away really proves that they were doing that for Jordan. Because I get it, like I get what you're saying. He had more steals than everybody, and as a guard, that helped him. That helped his campaign for Defensive Player of the Year.
Because only bigs win that award.
Yes,
by the way.
But I'm trying to figure out how. Like you said, you don't know where the stat came from per se. So. I guess they're proof. Like, have you seen like videos of like
so
like foul like or so like
this is why I say we have to bring videos
to
put it on the screen and shit like that. So
just give you some more work.
Yeah, which is what I don't want to do. But there is video of this.
That's what I'm saying. The video would help because you just saying the stat. I'm like, he just maybe he's got more steals at home.
No. So this
is exactly. That's all I'm thinking.
But the video I'm talking about in question, the guy breaks down the video. He watches an entire away game versus the home game. Points out where he was awarded steals at versus what actually happened in the play.
But they do that. But my point is, they do what LeBron with assists, meaning like he'll pass and a guy does a 2-3 dribble move, and then he'll get the assist.
Is like they stopped doing it after he got Defensive Player of the Year.
But
so next year everything went back to normal,
which is fine. Okay, but what I'm saying is that there's footage out on the internet too with LeBron doing the same thing where LeBron passes
but that's not
and
just
somebody
LeBron
make
thing,
it.
That's everybody. They do that for everybody.
No, they do not.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
Okay.
They do.
Okay.
They legitimately do.
Okay. I don't know. I'm just saying. I just know.
Mess up on stats. Like
okay.
They do that. Everybody does that.
Okay.
You're saying okay, but
I'm not debating it. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Okay. I'm not going back and forth.
The original point for this was so that you're saying.
The reason, and I was trying to say the reason why most people who love Jordan as much
because the NBA
made it so. You guys love him that much because they made you like he was your fucking golden boy, so they're gonna fucking pump him up more than they pump everybody else up. When in fact, at that time period, there were probably better players than him. He might have ended up being the best player, but there were a lot of better players. That he was just the most aesthetically pleasing player to watch.
Isn't that what we're doing right now though with LeBron?
No.
So you're telling me during LeBron's career he was not the golden boy of the NBA?
Oh yeah,
that's
for
crazy.
sure.
That's crazy. I'm about to say that's crazy.
That's
crazy. I was about to say that's crazy. That's just that.
Now that aspect, the whole defensive player of the year, I can't speak on that because I don't know about.
He
definitely
was the opposite. He was deserving of a defensive player of the year. Lost it to Marc Gasol.
I'll give you that part. But in terms of the golden boy, I feel like it's the exact same shit.
Yeah, he's definitely without it. But at the time period, there's other people also. So if Jordan was the only golden boy, there was no other person like fiending or trying to fight for that spotlight.
What are you talking about? Yeah, it was Magic and Bird with him.
Yeah, okay. So yes, I'm talking about at the heyday of the NBA.
Yeah, in his prime.
So when Jordan got in the scene, no one was talking about Bird and Magic. When he got to his, let's say that after that third three-peat, nobody was talking about anybody else but Jordan.
Yeah,
like there was no other stars at least.
He only had 2 3-peats.
No, after the first three-peat.
So it was the first three-peat, yeah.
I'm saying he was number one.
Yeah.
After the first three-peat, no one else was talking about anybody else. Especially after he left, and then he made that whole drama about that. Yeah. Nobody else was talking about Jordan.
Well, that's because there was, there was no other player to
That's what I'm saying. So now,
once again,
there are a lot more players that could fucking share the spotlight.
Once again, aren't we in that exact same position? Didn't we just talk about 2 episodes ago about who's going to be the next face of the league? We don't know.
See, that transitions into there is not anybody head and shoulders above anybody or aesthetically pleasing enough.
But that's what I'm saying, though. Are we in that? Because I bet you we could feel that. I bet you people in that time period with Jordan felt the exact same way. There's probably 2 or 3 guys that could maybe take that mantle.
So to your point earlier, this is what I'm saying. I don't think that's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
There's not going to be so many people that say LeBron is, and I get it. I'm glazing. Again, I understand that. But I don't think, for a literal fact, there's just going to be so many people at the same level. There's gonna be so many people like
right now. Yeah,
I don't think there's gonna be too many people in terms of like GOAT status. Like I know there's gonna be a lot of guys who get really good.
I don't think so, bro. I think you.
So okay, let me ask you this: in 10 years, or 20 years, how often are GOATs like or person?
I would say probably about every
20 years.
Every 10 to 20 years.
So so is that have to be? Would that have to be?
I don't know
20
because
years after
I would
LeBron
say
leaves?
I don't know. I would say 10 because Kobe came in right at the end of Jordan.
So that person
like 10,
should be in the league already right now, so to speak.
Well, they'll be in the league, but they won't obtain GOAT status.
I get you.
I get you.
That's
why I say 10 to 20
like
years.
Shai, like for example, it could be Shai.
So you think Shai could get to GOAT? Like he can get in the conversation of GOAT status?
Hell no.
But that's what I'm saying.
no.
So
That's crazy.
So how many
Hell
people realistically can enter that conversation in the next?
Like,
2
I mean,
years?
so
Okay.
wait. But when you say hell no, like,
Not saying he's not good or anything. I just don't think I would ever put him in a GOAT
in a GOAT,
conversation.
I'm literally just a GOAT conversation.
but you would put Luka in there.
I think
at
Luka has
time.
the ability to. Not right now.
but not Shai.
No, I don't
Wow.
think Shai's game can reach a GOAT status. I think Luka's already done things that if we're playing 2K, you're playing my career has the GOAT points. Luka's already done more things that have racked up more GOAT points than I think than SGA has so far in their career. Now,
Really?
maybe further down because Luka people forget Shai's not young. He's just as old as Luka.
Yeah, they're the same age.
They're the same age. So he's been in the league just as
Yeah.
long as Luka has.
Yeah, but
Shai
he
just
he-
arrived.
But he was in the behind the 8 ball because he got drafted by
Yeah.
the Clippers
And he got moved to OKC.
and got moved. So
Yeah.
his
I get
his
you.
journey. It's the same thing. For example, like Kobe. Kobe didn't come out the gate. He came off the bench playing behind Eddie George.
but Kobe
and
had
all
had a little bit more
knew
razzle.
who Kobe was,
yeah, people
though.
knew who
No,
Kobe
yeah,
was.
yeah,
He was
okay,
for the
yeah,
longest time.
no,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, yeah. Which
That's
is
what I'm
fair.
saying. SGA has just arrived. And,
Well-
and I'm not
And
taking that
and
away
adds
from
to
him.
the longevity.
Yeah,
of
I'm
the
not taking
GOAT,
that
the
away
GOAT.
from him per se. I'm just saying if we're talking GOAT conversation,
Most GOATs are good from beginning.
yeah, I
The
can't.
reason, so yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I mean to cut you off, but
No, you're
like
straight.
because like I get it it's when
Yeah, fuck it, I'll
Luke-
cut you off. No, I'm just kidding.
yeah, you do it all the time. No, but like, so I get it because from
Yeah.
Luka, like when you're a face of a national team and you're getting worldwide international fame, then yes, I can see why that narrative is pushed out in the front. But to be like Shai could not be the face of the league, where because as far as like all NBAs, he don't have maybe as all NBAs, but I mean he's averaged 30 his last 3 years.
Yeah.
And Luka done it 4 years, maybe 5 years. He got an MVP. Luka don't have an MVP.
But it's also a matter of too though in terms of outside of NBA accolades like MVPs and stuff like that. There's also historical things Luka has just done that there's nobody else has done.
Name something.
Well, his playoff
Second average, highest point average
in the playoffs.
in the playoffs, only
Oh,
behind
okay.
the GOAT, Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Stuff like
You
that.
just said Kobe was your GOAT.
No,
Look at this
I
guy.
said Kobe was the greatest scorer of all
You
time.
think Jordan's the GOAT?
Yeah, Jordan's the GOAT.
Yeah, he said it off camera too. Yeah,
said that multiple
he said
times.
before.
We'll talk
Yeah,
about
yeah.
Hey man, we're doing new interviews for co-hosts. Opening spots open.
Requirement.
Yeah.
LeBron fan.
Has to be a
Yeah,
LeBron
gotta be- have to be a right,
Glazer.
yeah.
Has to be a LeBron Glazer. Come on.
Yeah, no, but there's also
You
a lot.
get no
There's also
views.
just historical things too as well.
Actually, quite the contrary. Go ahead.
that I just like I said, in terms, like if we're playing a micro 2K, I just feel like there's a lot more GOAT points that I would give to, and I know SGA has a
address
championship
this
MVP
next episode.
overall right now. Cool.
Yeah.
There's also a lot of basketball left for Luka to win. I mean, there's also 2 times Luka's been
Because
robbed
he
of
did,
MVP
he
as well,
did
too.
be, he did. He got robbed of what?
2 times MVP.
I think
To
he did
who?
one last year.
Last year for sure.
I think he was doing some.
I think-
Well,
I-
before instead of SGA, instead of Jokic
Not saying that
or
Jokic.
Embiid. I mean
was Embiid last year? Or Jokic?
No, it was Jokic last year. It was Jokic last
Jokic.
year.
So
I think he
wait,
could have won those.
It's not that he deserved it more than Jokic. It's just both.
SGA didn't deserve it over Jokic this year.
Yeah.
So I just think
I agree.
no,
too.
no.
If you're
I
gonna
think
give it
I
to-
think because the way Luka played in the playoffs.
No, he was
year.
doing that before.
No. What I'm saying is that's why. No. But I do think Jokic deserved it. The
Yeah,
year
he did.
that he won it.
He
Because
did.
you said he got robbed.
I think. Well, I've also mentioned before in the last podcast. I was happy that Jokic won it. I thought either or could have won it, Jokic or
Yeah.
Luka. But I personally think Luka was robbed more because of. They always love to bring up you have to be in a winning team, which I think is bullshit because Jokic had for 9 or I would say 60-70% of the year had a way better team than Luka did. Until that trade deadline happened, we got Gafford, we got PJ. Jokic had a better team and he was consistently in the top 3 seeds compared to Luka, who had a worse team and was backpacking that team to a 6 seed for most of the year. And then he got a really good team and they jumped up to the 5 seed and then the rest was history. And
like I say, I think you could have gone both ways.
it could have gone both ways.
If
I
you-
wasn't mad that Jokic won it, but I personally feel like Luka was robbed because I felt like in terms of what the MVP award means is you're the most valuable, take him away. I feel like Luka was a little bit more valuable than Jokic was that team.
Same thing with this year. Like, if you're gonna give it to anybody else, it has to be SGA. Like Jokic deserves it.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna give it to somebody
it,
else,
it's SGA.
SGA. Same
Yeah.
thing with last year. Like Jokic was without a doubt the best
Are
player.
you sure you got it last year?
He did.
But it wasn't. It was between SGA and
It was SGA, Luka. It was not the exact same. It was SGA, Luka, and Jokic. Those were your
the top 3.
The top 3.
'Cause I think that's what I'm saying.
because Luka finished
second.
third,
Yeah.
which was stupid. He should have finished second, and SGA finished
So
second. and
I
then
guess that's
Jokic
why I'm
finished
confused
first.
because if you finish third, then how you get robbed? If you finish second, I can see
Because
the
he got
argument.
robbed because he shouldn't have been. SGA should have never been second. He should have been third. And like I said, I feel like from a standpoint of team, who matters more to the team, or not matters more, but who makes their team better in comparison.
OKC was number one last year too.
Yeah, OKC was number one last year too.
So
Yeah,
why wouldn't he be over Luka?
Because we had the same debate last time too, where it wasn't. That's not that OKC being number one is not SGA. It's a team thing. SGA, you take away SGA from the Oklahoma City Thunder, and they're still a top 3 team in the West.
Yeah, but they're not number one.
Ooh.
Top 3 team in the West. I think they can
You
go.
think they're number one still?
No. I don't think they're number one. I don't know if they're top 3.
They are top 3. We all agreed upon this like 2 episodes ago.
Did we?
Did I say
Yes.
top 3 though?
Yes.
I think they would still be in playoff contention. Top 3 is crazy. Without an SGA,
That
still
team's
be top
super
3.
deep. That bench is very deep.
We got some
Yeah, but you
editing
need
to do.
somebody. But you need somebody at the end of games to close games out, though.
I agree.
And I think that's what you get SGA for, or what we call a run stopper.
Yeah.
Somebody that can get to the line,
Get a bucket, or something like that. Yeah, get a bucket when you need it. Yeah,
I think that's
stop the
what,
bleeding.
That's
shit.
what the beauty in SGA is. Like, you can't really go on runs against their team.
Yeah,
bro.
we need to go back and check that because I don't know.
If
I agree,
I could maybe remember it wrong.
you may not because I mean, this
I
is
know
probably
I agree,
right
I
off
don't
the.
remember saying top 3.
Regardless of whether they're still a playoff team without
Yes.
SGA.
I think they're definitely a playoff team.
That's my biggest point.
Yeah.
Is I don't think that OKC team is like crazy super good because of SGA. He's a part of the reason why they are crazy super good, but he's not the full thing that's like, oh my, ooh.
Yeah.
Luka's teams, I've always been like, yeah, without Luka, this team is and people are like, oh, is that Kyrie? No, it's proven. Whenever Luka was hurt, it was just Kyrie and company. They also were
short.
Yeah, they were still struggling. They were still struggling. So it wasn't.
It was by 4 points or some shit.
Yeah, it wasn't like an easy win. But every time Luka was on the court, that team was already miles better. So that's why I feel like you could give it to. That's why I feel like he shouldn't have been at 3rd. He should have been 2nd over SGA.
Well, I mean, so I guess.
And they
back
turned around
to
and beat
your
him too.
point.
So it doesn't matter.
And that's where I was going with it because they did beat OKC. They gave them the hardest run. But Denver did this year. But yeah, prior to when Dallas went to the finals,